You ever have one of those days where everything happens at once? Well, what if the entire future arrived in a single morning? On April 11th, 2026, 6 separate announcements dropped. Any one of them would have been huge news for the year. But together, they signaled this profound, irreversible shift in technology, in space, and in energy. So let's unpack these 6 stories from one incredible morning that are already shaping our world.
Okay, let's just start with this number, $200 billion. I mean, that's not a company's valuation, that's not a country's GDP. That is the amount of money Amazon just announced it's investing in one single area, artificial intelligence. A number like that just completely resets the scale of ambition in the tech world.
And if you're wondering about the mindset behind a number that big, well, here it is. This is Amazon CEO Andy Jassy making it absolutely crystal clear. This is not some cautious bet. No, this is an all-in, full-throated declaration of war for the future of tech. He's framing AI as the single biggest opportunity for Amazon, well, ever.
So yeah, this move kicks off our first major theme today, a totally unprecedented wave of capital that's just flooding into AI. You see, Amazon's bet is so massive, it's forcing every other player out there to completely rethink their strategy.
So this $200 billion is going to be rolled out over the next 5 years. And to give you some perspective here, Amazon's AI division is already a $15 billion business, and it's growing 260 times faster than AWS did in its early days. A huge chunk of this new cash is aimed right at developing their own custom chips, which is a direct shot at NVIDIA's dominance. And you know what? Investors absolutely loved it. Amazon's stock shot up 8.5% almost immediately.
But look, this AI arms race, it isn't just about the hardware. On the software side, a global battle for who can build the most capable AI models is getting seriously hot. And would you believe it, on the exact same morning, a major challenger emerged from China. Alibaba dropped its new model, Qwen 3.5 Omni, and as you can see, it's already blowing past Google's Gemini, which was the benchmark. We're talking 12% better in audio comprehension and a massive 18% jump in natural speech generation. This is not just a little step forward, this is a huge statement from China's tech scene.
So, what can this thing actually do? Well, Qwen 3.5 is what they call truly omnimodal. That means it seamlessly gets text, images, audio, and video. It can generate incredibly natural-sounding speech in real time. But the feature that is just mind-blowing is the voice cloning. You can give it just a 3-second clip of your voice, and it can replicate it in 113 different languages. Developers can even just speak, and it'll write complex code for them. This is fundamentally changing how we talk to our machines.
Okay, so we've got these massive corporate battles raging, but how does this stuff actually affect you and me? And how does it all connect to humanity's biggest dreams? Well, this brings us to a shift in our everyday communications and a historic return to our final frontier.
Right here on Earth, Samsung announced it's retiring its own Messages app after 15 years. By July, all Galaxy users are going to be automatically switched over to Google Messages. Now, why does this matter? Well, it's a huge step toward a unified Android ecosystem. It's going to give millions of people access to more advanced, AI-powered features. We're talking high-res photos, read receipts, smarter replies, a much richer experience across every Android phone. And then we go from our phones to the heavens. On this very same morning, news broke that the Artemis II mission had successfully splashed down. For the first time in 54 years, since the Apollo era, a human crew had flown all the way around the moon and returned safely to Earth.
And they didn't just retrace old steps, oh no. The 4-person crew actually set a new record for the farthest any human has ever traveled from our home planet, hitting a distance of over 250,000 miles. This is a brand new benchmark for human exploration. It shows just how serious we are about getting back out into deep space.
NASA Administrator Bill Nelson really puts it perfectly. This mission, it wasn't just about nostalgia for Apollo. It was an absolutely critical test flight. It paves the way for Artemis III. That's the one that will actually land humans back on the moon, and it's a key step toward the long-term vision of permanent moon bases and eventually trips to Mars. So all this incredible acceleration in AI and space exploration, it brings up 2 massive questions, right? First, what's this going to do to our jobs? And second, how in the world are we going to power this high-tech future sustainably?
For years, we've heard the same thing. AI is coming for the programming jobs. Well, the latest data tells a completely different story. As of this morning, there are 67,000 open software jobs. That's a 3-year high. In fact, it's a 30% jump in just the last year,
which just totally flies in the face of that whole job loss narrative.
So instead of replacing programmers, AI is creating entirely new careers. We're seeing this massive demand for roles like AI engineer and prompt engineer, and these jobs are starting at salaries well over $150,000. The message from the job market is loud and clear. AI isn't a replacement for people. It's a powerful new tool that needs skilled people to use it.
And now, what about the energy to power all this? For a long time, NASA held a key record in clean energy generation, 250 seconds. It was a benchmark that stood for years. Well, this morning, researchers at Germany's Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, or KIT for short, just didn't beat that record. They smashed it, hitting 303 seconds.
And they did it with something absolutely revolutionary, a CO2-neutral turbine. Now, this isn't just a slightly better gas turbine. It's a whole new system that runs on recycled carbon dioxide. Think about that. It produces zero new emissions because it uses existing CO2 as its fuel. This could be a total game changer for the entire energy industry.
So let's just zoom out for a second and connect these dots. We've got an unprecedented AI investment, a new leader in multimodal AI, a more unified mobile experience for millions, humanity's return to deep space, a booming software job market, and a breakthrough in clean energy, all announced in the span of a few short hours.
And here's how it all weaves together. Each one of these stories is a powerful signal on its own, but when you look at them together, they paint this incredible picture of a world accelerating into a new technological age. From the battle for AI dominance to our return to the stars, all of it powered by new, clean energy and creating more jobs than ever. That's the story of April 11th, 2026.
And all of that leaves us with one final, crucial question. If all of this can happen in a single morning, what on earth is our world going to look like not in 50 years, but in just 5? What new records are we going to break, and what new frontiers will we cross next?